flavor, what's working, and even a little bit of what's not working, because sometimes that's where we surface like the other ways that you can serve with your brand in a much more powerful way. And then talking to some clients, talk to customers, and we select out who, and it doesn't waste a lot of people's time, but it does actually take in what's happening with them. And so then I forge that together into a profile that we talk about. And sometimes there's a name change that ends up coming out of it. Sometimes there's a tagline. Sometimes we know going in, we're going in for a tagline. And always we come out with a brand flavor profile that then can go to people who are making these parts, and it actually accentuates and helps them do their job better, because sometimes it's really hard to extract that out of clients. Sometimes it's really hard to extract it out of ourselves, So to be able to coalesce a foundation and then hand it off to experts to be able to make the beautiful representations of that are going to reach out and grab your customers, the right customers. That's what I do. So I'm looking for that sweet spot between you and your audience that is uncontested, where there is no competition because you're uniquely you. And the outcome is clarity on who you are not, what to do about it, and to generate business. So it can look like we keep parts, we let go of parts if you're in a startup, we're creating parts. If you're in a rebranding, or you feel like I want to generate some more energy in my business, then it's a refresh. And usually there's plenty to work with, so it's not like let's throw out everything and start over. It's just how do we work with what we have to be present and right now very present with what we're offering to the world. And so this is showing a linear process, but it also can be back to us. Each of us can do pieces. So again, we didn't want to assess what your needs are and then make a recommendation about what we think would work best. And that is to be customized. Like, what is your budget? If you have just this much to spend, let's find the best way to get your goal accomplished at that right size budget. So that's everything. And then we can open up to questions.
I like one point that I want to make about the question of why fusion? Why not just hire piecemeal? Why not just hire a photographer over here and a brand manager over here and a website designer over here and graphic designer? We have, between the four of us, we have many, many, many years of experience as professionals doing the work that we do. And we bring that together with a synergistic relationship. So when we work with a client, we are having meetings and we're sending texts and having phone conversations and saying, oh, I have this idea, and how would that work for a video or a photo shoot, and how's that going to work on the website, and that there's something so valuable about having all these minds together with all these years of experience, using that synergistic relationship to come up with ideas that are so much better than doing this over here, and doing this over here, doing this over there, and hoping they mesh together.
So can I just add something to your presentation, because I'm living this right now, okay? And I am a huge advocate of this team. And part of my journey started with sitting down with Chris and helping, that I'm afraid and I'm terrified. He kind of helped me work through some of that so I could sit down and figure out the rest of it. But I don't know what I don't know about this. Like, there are so many things I don't know. I stage homes, right? I don't know how to do website design. I don't know how to do branding. I certainly am not a photographer. And I can't take a video to save my life, and I don't know anything about graphic design. So it's the hiring of the experts. You wouldn't hire a plumber to go in and stage your property. I'm not going to hire somebody I don't know that's not an expert in their field to do those pieces of my business for me. I'm not going to go on the internet and do my own S-corp. I'm going to go to Steve and have him take care of it. So I think one of the things that I have realized is that although I could maybe get some friends or family to do some of these bits and pieces, really having the whole vision of what it's going to look like gives me a greater level of confidence to go out and dig up business, knowing that I've got a team doing the hard work on the back end. So it lets me do my job.
I think, doing my job, being a photographer for 24 years in 5 different states, doing images, creating images for client and handing it over, and then hearing months later, I can't find my website company. They're not replying to me. I can't get all the work I paid you to do and did on my website. And months later, and that breaks my heart. As an artist, I don't go in to create images to sit in a drawer. I create images to be seen and really help the business. And so having Phil and his team, I was on the phone yesterday with Daniel, being able to walk a client's process through without the client having to be there. She's trusting me, she's trusting him, and there's such a trust that I literally have let my guard down since I've met Phil, and the amount of business now that I'm able to actually go after and seek gives me the confidence to go up to a huge corporation that's a $30 million company and say, hey, I have a team that's going to take care of all this. You know, we all own our own business, but there's a sense of accountability that we all have, and we all communicate, and that's the key thing, that if the client's over here feeling like they're on a cloud, they're not sure what they need to do, all they have to do is ask one of us, and we're all going to step up and help them, and that's the accountability part, I think, is huge.
We're working with people we know, like, and trust.
Right.
I would like to say something. You know, I did meet with them, all of them, and I've had supposedly a website since 2 years or a year and a half, supposedly, because yes, I do have a website, but it's just there. And I paid someone, and I'm thinking that once I've paid, they know what they're doing. And I didn't expect much because I wasn't paying for all of those pieces. I mean, I didn't know what I was paying for, actually. I was promised a website that was functional and I would get traffic on my website, which was not happening, even though, like Phil, when I gave my website to Phil, he manages my website, I had all these domain names and they were not even, you know, talking to to the website. So I was not, if anyone was searching me, it was not even, you know, leading them to my website as one of them, you know, one of the searches. So, and I, as a dentist, have absolutely no clue. I mean, if I knew everything, I wouldn't be hiring people to do the other things I need done. And it has been, if I was to, you know, think of the loss you can have monetarily, you know, after you invest in all those pieces and you think you have done it right, it's a big deal. A year and a half of not going anywhere, and when you're busy with other things, you say, okay, I've outsourced this, it's all done, and I believe it's going to be fine. Doesn't happen, and that's where I think a power team like yours really comes into play, because I can just relax and do what I do best and leave it up to, I know it'll work because they're going to talk to each other, and I'm not paying twice for the same thing because each of them has something that overlaps. So when I'm talking to Robin, she may be talking a little bit about photography, even though she may not take the photographs, or, you know, like Jenny and Robin, these words are beautiful, by the way, right there. Okay. So you know, so there is that overlap, and then you just kind of pay so many different people, and you just have, like, maybe she's going to say the same thing and she's going to overlap and say something else. Now they know what's going on with each other, and it's so much easier that we're not doing that twice. And you know, it just makes it so much better and seamless. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You know what, I hear this all the time, similar to what Melanie said. I had a client the other day who said to me, I pay $900 a month for social media. And I said, well, what are you getting for that? And there's no accountability. He has no idea what he's getting for that. And he just writes the check every month. And there are a lot of people who are in the same boat,
Yeah.
websites. So, you know, we are giving you actual products. We're not having you write a check that goes into the ether. We're giving you something that will work to get you seen and known and bring in business.
And stand apart. I think, how many of you in this room have competition in Santa Cruz and Monterey area?
I've got it.
Right? So what are we going to do to stand out? And that's part of extracting the story. How does your logo match to your story? And how do the images work to tell your story? How many of you guys have spent thousands of dollars on marketing material and had maybe 1 or 2 clients come in after you spent $10,000 on mailers? There's a reason these things miss, and I think that's why, you know, for me as a photographer and as a business owner, I have the trust here because I have someone that understands the marketing aspect, someone that understands the keywords to get the attention. And then once they get that mailer or they get that business card, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to grab their phone and go to the website and look them up. And so it's key to have all those like a functioning train going in the same direction.
And then one of the differentiators that we offer is in our hosting plans, we build in service time to keep your website updated over a period of time. Because how many times have you heard, I put all that money into the website and then something changes within your business and it's expensive, or to figure out how to get it changed or make updates and content changes on your website, so they tend to stay stale and not evolve with you. So that's one of our goals, is to make sure that we have a working relationship so that we can bring your website with you as your business changes and as you grow and as you expand, maybe new service offerings, or you have staff turnover, or whatever your situation might be. We want to keep that as reflective as possible.
And I think to reiterate something that Robin said, I think, if you look at this, it might seem daunting, like, how much is this going to cost? This is more, if you look at it more, and I can just extend this culinary metaphor a little bit, as menu items. We have a menu of things that we offer any business to help with their marketing and help with their communication to their audience. And so maybe you just need a photo shoot, or maybe you just need a website, or maybe you just need